for the Civil War, which I think we all agree it's too soon to talk about. But when it's over, with the abolition of slavery, America starts to fulfill its promise, and the French go crazy. This is when a couple of guys, Edward René Lefebvre de Laboulaye and Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, two men with 7 names, decided it would be a good idea to present a gift to the people of the United States on behalf of the people of France. And that Bartholdi, a sculptor of monumental ambition, would design a modern sphinx, a new colossus, the largest statue attempted since ancient times, which would stand in New York Harbor welcoming immigrants to the New World. They thought the perfect location would be Bedloe's Island because it's right across from the Narrows. The Narrows is this body of water between Brooklyn and Staten Island, and on one side of the Narrows is the harbor, and on the other side is the Atlantic Ocean. So this is the entrance to America, and this is the way the world is set up. Bartholdi designed a 151-foot-tall woman, and he gave her the face of his mother and the body of his mistress. Of course, no one in France had anything to say about that. He gave his work of art a beautiful title. Her real name is Liberty Enlightening the World. And before she was sent to America, she was sent all over the place on tour to raise money for the project in bits and pieces, displayed in public parks. Strange to think of the statue in pieces scattered about. Strange to think of the statue anywhere other than where it is. But in fact, she stood fully completed in Paris while Bartholdi and his crew worked on her. Finally completed, then dismantled, packed up into 200 wooden crates, and shipped to the United States. And Edward René Lefebvre de Laboulaye made a grand presentation, To our American friends we present this gift, liberty, enlightening the world. The American government said, pass. We don't need no Frenchy statue. We were offended that it didn't come with a pedestal. We were supposed to provide the pedestal. What kind of gift is it if we have to provide the pedestal? When we didn't have a statue, we didn't wish for a statue, we didn't know from pedestals. Now you're giving us a statue, we have to come up with a pedestal? It looked like the only solution would be all-out war with France. Joseph Pulitzer, prize-winning publisher, believed with all his heart that this gift should be graciously accepted rather than coldly rejected. And in his many newspapers, he started a campaign to raise money for the pedestal fund. The average donation was only 5 cents, but they had enough in 1 year. And in fact, the statue itself was paid for the same way, with subscription drives throughout the French countryside. So this is a rare example of a gift that was truly from the people of one country to the people of another. Neither government had much to do with it, although both governments were quick to take credit after the fact. There's your pedestal. Put the statue on top of that, and she's dedicated in the harbor in 1886, 10 years late for the intended centennial celebration. They read at that party the great poem by Emma Lazarus, To the New Colossus. The first line is, give me your tired, your poor. And the last line is, I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Without Ellis Island, the golden door, the Statue of Liberty is just a symbol. But taken as a single entity, this one landmark, the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, says more about who we are than any other landmark I can think of, except, of course, for the Astor Place revolving cube. This is the main processing center on Ellis Island. During its golden age, which is approximately 1892 to 1924, 11,000 people a day became American citizens inside this building. 11,000 people a day. And it's a good thing we let them in because they built this country. We always like to ask these questions, how is it that America was able to achieve so much in the 20th century? How did we fly so high? And of course it's because of immigration. It's because the most desperate and ambitious people in the world converged on this country last century. And they did it by way of this